What is up, JGTV? And in today's show, we're going to be talking about Fortnite IPs. So, before we start the show, first question. What are IPs? IPs are things that Fortnite collabs with, such as Disney, to bring some of their shows, such as Star Wars, to the game, right? And other companies that I probably can't think of, because there's a lot that they use for IPs. I guess Marvel I should include, too. DC, obviously DC, they don't do it that much. Except they made their own version of DC this season, kind of. And then the Superman's kind of, the new Superman Battle Pass skin is kind of a DC collab. But otherwise, yeah, that's about it for the IPs. And let's talk about how I feel about IPs. So, when were really IPs starting to really get introduced? Is probably your question. And it started in Chapter 5, Season 1. Really around the time after the Great OG season happened. This was when Epic made an overhaul to their item shop, right? They started adding in, with the new modes, cars, custom cars, right? And this is when IPs really started to kick in. Obviously, our first wave of IPs came with the Avatar update, right? With the update that happened in Chapter 5, Season 2, and all of us know that season, in most people's opinions, took a toll because of this one, Obviously, the theme of Chapter 5, Season 2 was the Greek gods, and I thought it started really well when they added the superpower change to Hades, and had all these themed guns around Greek gods, because the theme was Greek gods. It felt like a Greek gods themed season. Every weapon fit the theme, and the season was off to a hot start. But there's one thing that Epic did, because obviously we had a new owner in Charlie Wen, and he was still trying to figure out how to do IPs. And as we know, this update hurt the season mightily. So did the next Star Wars update, as it caused some issues with really, being very, a lot more missed than hit. Obviously, we know this added the firebending, earthbending, airbending, and the waterbending. And as we know, the waterbending was ridiculously strong, and people were not happy about it. Obviously, we know this collab lasted 3 weeks, and Fortnite took out Greek god-like stuff for this, and I thought this really destroyed the momentum of the theme of the season. I remember after that, they did the Star Wars event, and all they did was add a single bow, the Wookiee bowcaster, before it got hit scan in last season's season. And it really was not that fun to use. And Star Wars overall had a big miss of an update. It made Chapter 5 Season 2 an afterthought for what it could have been. Fast forward to Chapter 5 Season 3, when they got one of my favorite bands, Metallica, put into the game. Obviously, maybe this meant more for Fortnite Festival, but they had a whole event about Metallica of a concert, which I thought was okay, really. And also in the Rec season, they added the Ride the Lightning Metallica theme, which was pretty cool, along with the Metallica-themed island. I thought for the theme with the Mad Max theme, this collab fit the theme better, and definitely had an improvement. But it was the only thing that really was a highlight of that season. Later on, Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean came in mid-July, and really, with already kill momentum of Chapter 5 Season 3 wrecked, it didn't revive the kill momentum. Obviously, we know in this update that a lot of things didn't go right for Epic Games on this one. They added a ship in a bottle, a very mid-location, and Season 3 still felt very like a really afterthought season. It wasn't really that fun. And yeah, that's about it in that situation. And then if you want to consider these IPs, the next time you saw IPs was going to be in the Chapter 2 Remix season. This season, Remix of Chapter 2 had some very interesting things, and I thought they handled the IPs well. I don't know if you want to consider these IPs, but we had Eminem, Ice Spice, honoring Juice WRLD, who is peacefully passed away a long time ago. Rest in peace, Juice WRLD. God's taking good care of him. And last but not least, I said Eminem, Ice Spice, Juice WRLD, and who am I missing, guys? I am missing Snoop Dogg, and that was the last guy in there. All these IPs were used to make the Chapter 2 remix season a pretty fun season. With a cool concert at the end that I really enjoyed, that kind of brought back live events to make them feel a little better. And it was overall pretty cool. And yeah, that's how I feel about that one. Fast forward to Chapter 6, Season 1. The next IPs that we got were obviously Godzilla from, I'm not sure what IP, right? And this IP brought some really cool stuff, such as the Godzilla medallion, which is a rework of the Chapter 5 Season 2 Cerberus medallion, which I thought was a fine change. There's a big Godzilla boss on the map that wasn't too strong, that was really fun to go experience, and the people who killed Godzilla got a very valuable medallion. This was a fun stretch at Chapter 6 Season 1, making the already really good movement even better. And it was really what made the memory of the season after it took kind of a big hit after the update. Fast forward to Chapter 6 Season 2 Lawless. And this season, the main IP collab was Mortal Kombat. Obviously, this one was less big of a collab, but all it had really included in it was the what was it? It was the get over here thing, the Sub-Zero thing, and a Mortal Kombat medallion, which increased damage or had explosive damage, which I thought was a pretty cool idea. Obviously, the community through these mid-season collabs didn't love it. Obviously, Fortnite made the IP update a little bit smaller, allowing Chapter 6 Season 2 to have more original Fortnite content, such as recreated exotic weapons that had special features in Chapter 6 Season 2, which spiced up the meta and made the season somewhat fun. Although balance issues existed, it made the season better of what could have been a way worse season than it actually ended up being. And then Charlie Wen made an adjustment that was very important, and we've seen him make adjustments since he started. He decided that the IPs he wants to do, so that Fortnite can focus on original Fortnite content, is just going to be mini seasons that last 1 month. As we know, this has happened with the Star Wars Galactic Battle season. Was this season really well received? Not really, but I thought it was the best way they could have gone Star Wars. You really had two options in this situation if you're Charlie Wen, guys. You could have either taken the way of extending Chapter 6 Season 2 to have a Star Wars update which had overpowered vehicles with an already overpowered meta, and that would be it. It would be a very boring collab that'd make the season just feel terrible. But he decided, let's cut Chapter 6 Season 2 and let's make this collab our own. In my opinion, I thought this worked in a better way. If you wanted a 1 month break from Fortnite, okay, take your break. But I think this is great for the Star Wars fans. The only problems I have with this season, really, were the TIE Fighters and X-Wings. These vehicles could demolish you way too quickly, but I think Epic's going to learn from these unbalanced vehicles and do better with the next mini-season, as we know Simpsons season is coming. Although this season wasn't really well received, I think with Chapter 6 Season 3 and how great this season has been so far, it has really shown that this is the best way to deal with collabs. Because of this, Chapter 6 Season 3 focuses a lot less on IPs and a lot more on original Fortnite content, and as we know, the original Fortnite content they have made this season has been very good. The melee item in the Stormbeast pom-poms is not too annoying, because they have added enough mobility to counter the thing, and it feels like there's still a good balance. Epic has brought many original ideas like the bass boost item, involving music with characters in this battle pass such as Synthwave to make for very fun gameplay, back like how Chapter 4 was. And this was pretty fun. We had a great time with it, and we have had a great time with it. And it's a really enjoyable thing. So anyway, guys, I really like what Epic has made the adjustment with IPs. Them adding IPs to like mini seasons such as The Simpsons allows for them to do it in a 1 month season, where if you like the collab, you can play, but if not, you can take a short 1 month break of Fortnite. Obviously, they can go all out on these collabs and make them the best possible quality they can be, and I like this a lot. Because although Epic likes their IPs and they want to make money off them, it's a good compromise to also get an original content, which is what the community wants. And I like the era of Fortnite that it's going in. Guys, let me know what you think of the future of IPs now, and do you like it or not? Because I really do. Thank you guys for watching this episode of JG Crew, or JG TV, JG Crew, and yeah, I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.